This week's episode of Love Nation is brought to you by Intercontinental Boston
and Newkist. Hello and welcome to Love Nation. I'm Thomas Edwards.
And I'm Laurie Davis.
Love Nation covers emerging trends in the dating world. And this week we're talking about
technology breakups.
So 18% of 22 to 30-year-olds and 48% of under 21-year-olds have broken up with their significant other on Facebook or Twitter in the past 12 months.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Out of control.
So what this is showing us too is that it's not just teens doing it, because 22 to 30-year-olds are doing it too.
That's the more interesting stat.
Right.
You know? And I feel like because technology has evolved so much where it's so easy to do things.
Yeah, and it's become such a big part of our lives.
Yeah.
We date online. We don't call each other anymore. We email.
And text.
We make plans with our friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's just become such a big part of our lives. Also, there's even an Urban Dictionary definition of the text message breakup, which is kind of funny. It's called it says, the ultimate sign of disrespect in the modern world. Might as well slap them across the face.
It's absolutely true.
It really is.
I mean, especially if you are in a long-term relationship. It's just so disrespectful, you know? I get riled up about it.
No tips yet?
I know. I get riled up.
Another interesting stat. 1 in 3 iPhone users has texted or emailed their significant other to break up by retrievo.
I wonder if Steve Jobs would be happy about that. About that stat.
That's how you people are using your iPhones? It's so
easy. It's just so easy. I want to break up. It's just so easy.
Well, you know, Britney Spears did. She said, I want to divorce you.
She can't even type the 2 in the U. She put the number 2. Yeah, it's true. Absolutely. And you know what? Facebook has always been an issue in a lot of relationships. And 1 out of every 5 online divorce petitions filed through onlinedivorce.co.uk mentions Facebook. That was reported by the site's managing director.
So, obviously, there's a lot of this going on, and we need to give you some tips.
Yes.
So, first of all, if you have been on more than 3 dates, you should never do this. Okay? But if you've been on less, it's totally okay. If you met online, you went out to coffee one time, you went to dinner the next time, and you're just not feeling it, it is totally okay to send an email, send a text message, whatever you're most comfortable with. And how you should choose the mode of communication is use what you've been communicating most on. If that's been text messages, then text. If it's been Facebook, use that. If it's Match.com, send an email through there. And etiquette-wise, don't write a huge, whole, long explanation of why they're not your right match, or keep it short and sweet. Wish them the best and let them know that there weren't any sparks, or whatever it happens to be.
Exactly. When it comes to...
Oh, and don't friend them to dump them.
Oh, yeah.
Do that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't friend them on Facebook just to dump them.
And then what you're going to do, defriend them? I mean,
right.
It's just, like I said, the ultimate slap in the face with, a backhand as well.
Exactly.
And, in terms of, being in person and meeting someone, and if you're dating someone for a long period of time, you have to call. Or you have to meet them in person. I mean, there's just no hiding from it, It's very disrespectful to do something like that. But, similar to what Laurie said, there doesn't need to be a grandiose explanation, per se. You don't have to come up with some type of speech. Just, broach the topic, talk about it, and then be done. But don't do it by text, because then you're opening up a whole can of worms. It's a stronger insult. And it's not going to help your case and make things easier by doing it through technology.
And even if you're long distance, there's no excuse. You can call, you can video chat, there's no excuse for text messages when it's long term. Exactly.
I mean, and through long distance, your primary mode of communication will be phone. So use it. So, Rumba, home of Love Nation, we want to thank you for offering this lovely space Rumba has been named among the top 100 bars in the U.S. by Food and Wine magazine, their Cocktails '09 book. Rumba was also voted Best Hotel Lounge in 2009, Best Hotel Bar in 2008, Boston's Best Kept Secret 2007 by Improper Bostonian, and Best of the New 2007 by Boston Globe magazine. If you haven't been here, check it out. Amazing, amazing space. You'd love it.
Newkist is the internet's first safe, secure, and confidential online sexual history tracker. The unique service allows its members to manage their sexual history and assess their sexual behavior in the forms of charts and graphs and calculate your risk for obtaining sexually transmitted diseases. And the best part, it's free. Go to newkist.com.
All right, so what's the email this week?
I have a really interesting one. Guy went out with a girl, and he felt like she was really nervous in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But they met online, they've had a couple phone calls, and they've only had one date. So, my first impression, he basically wants to know how he can relax her and make her not nervous. That's his question.
All right.
But I truly feel like if you've only been out once, by the next time you meet her, it might have just subsided. It might have just been a one-time thing, and talking on the phone to someone that you don't really know yet is a little weird, so those phone calls, it's natural to come off a little nervous, and I think that it's just going to subside. But if it doesn't...
All right. And my advice would be, she might just be excited and just inherently just nervous about being with you. Maybe she was really excited to see you and she doesn't know where things are going, and so she's naturally going to be nervous. And also conversation could make it a little uneasy too. Maybe you're getting too deep into conversation too soon, and you're not warming her up a little bit with lighter conversation.
Right. Start with a hug, because that will break the ice. And then start asking her, like, oh, how was your week? Or how was that meeting you had? Or that trip you had? Or whatever happened to be going on currently. And sort of talk about real life so that it's less, like, immediate interview.
Yeah.
And deep discussion, just start with some banter.
Yeah. And like I said, over time, like Laura said, it should just dissolve. And she'll be much more comfortable.
And I think you'll be surprised. It might even already be gone next time.
Yeah, you might not even need this. I don't know what we're doing this.
But in case you do. Well, in case you do. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. All right, great. So that wraps up this episode of Love Nation. If you want to find us, follow us on Twitter. I'm your wingman.
And I'm eFlirt Expert.
We'll see you guys next week.
See you then.